they lose some users because of that who would otherwise be interested in playing, because they don't want to. Yeah, they feel like, what's the point of me actually playing this game legitimately if I can't, keep up with people who are just, constantly swiping their credit card. On the flip side, with Fortnite, it doesn't give you an advantage necessarily, but for kids that are trying to fit in and be cool with their friends and, feel good about the character that they're playing with when someone next to them is, rocking a Ferrari and they're driving, the Prius. No offense to Prius drivers out there, but it's that's where the utility is. It gives them, they might not be good at the game, but they can show up looking really cool, talk about their latest skin or, the latest, uh, they take advantage of like the TikTok dances or like the newest trends that are going on. They throw those into the game, and all the kids, they ride off of the hype of whatever is the latest and greatest going on in the world. I mean, it's like taking meme culture and putting it into the game, and everybody wants to be that newest thing. It's whatever's hot in the moment. So it's brilliant on their part, and for it to not, yeah, that's where the argument for the utility comes for me. I think it gives you some social credit, some clout, which, at that age, unfortunately, it can matter a lot. It can make you feel like you're a part of something. You and your friends are all rocking the same gear, or you can show it off to them, and then all of a sudden, you're joining the conversation. You can, in quote, be popular, whatever it might be. But it's more than it does have utility, even though it doesn't necessarily make you better at the game.
Definitely, definitely does. Cartoon, you did tell me on the back end that you are going to be going. Thanks so much for coming, as always. It is greatly appreciated.
Sorry, that's my 10-month-old. Yeah, I'm gonna take my little kid to the park, but love you all. Love you, Grandalf. Love you, Ferk. Love Swirl. Everybody's on Liquor Cap, and everybody listening. And I'll see you on the next second breakfast. Have a great Sunday.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man.
Hey, take care of yourself.
Have fun at the park, man. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. Shout out to you, Cartoon. Everybody, give Cartoon Labs the follow. Like he deserves more followers for the job he does. It is greatly appreciated. All the bots, everything that you do for the Grandpa Project, we can't thank you enough, man. And shout out to Cartoon. It is very interesting. Cap and Colt, did you have any thoughts on what we've been talking about?
Yeah, I did have a couple of things. Number one, the Papua New Guinea Sigri Estate, brought to you by Coffee Labs Roasters, a wonderful sponsor of this show. With lime, dark chocolate, and coriander notes, Sigri uses a medium density shade strategy where two types of shade trees promotes even ripening of coffee cherries and provides habitat for at least 90 species of birds. And you better believe, oh, I can smell every species on them beans. Hot damn, that's some coffee. Now, want to go back to something, I think it was Oprah who was just saying it, and allowing these kids to like come in and flex with that new Superman uniform, or they bought that new TikTok dance, and oh shit, now they're dancing on everybody's grave that they kill, like whatever. That all comes back to what the whole point of NFTs are, right? Status, redefining how we view identity. G doesn't look like a fucking wizard. Friggin' Ferk doesn't look like that Degentoon. Swirl doesn't look like that thing I've seen him, I promise you. I don't look like this thing, I promise you that too. But it gives us a status. It gives us a different form of identity. People see this PFP floating around the metaverse, they know it's Cap and Colt. People see a Perius Caesar floating around the metaverse, they know it's Swirl, right? It gives you that status. So I guess to kind of further that point, which I think it's really cool, in-game purchase and all that shit, I got down that rabbit hole with Clash of Clans. Shout out all my Clash of Clans players out there. I fucking just absolutely, I'd get summer. See, here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna close it out with my point here. I would get summer jobs, and my fucking paychecks would literally go straight to Clash of Clans. Like, don't even get me started on my Clash of Clans. And so, bam, that point I just said right there, it's not the kids' fault, it's the fucking parents. And excuse my French, but there ain't nothing fucking predatory about EA Sports. Period. Nothing, no how, no way, no point blank, period. There's just not. It is the parents. It's the parents that are stupid enough to put a credit card on their fucking child's Xbox and allow them to just easily buy shit. You say, "Oh, Cap, you can't." Bullshit. My parents did it with me. I didn't fucking run up credit card bills a million miles long just because I had some EA Sports or some this game, that game, whatever. It comes down to the parents, and it comes down to parenting. So without going down into that rabbit hole, that's what a lot of that shit comes down to, is just lack of supervision. And then parents going, "Oh my gosh, you ran up how much? Boy, I guess I should have been watching what you were doing on that PlayStation of yours." Like it's the same conversation every time. So I don't think any of these things really are predatory in nature, or really even the companies design them with that thought in mind. I just think it comes down to some of the supervisions and some of the things behind it that allow some of these kids to run up a $10,000 tab on skins or a couple of TikTok dances. So, no, I think it's really interesting. But I'd be the pot calling the kettle black if I told you I didn't get sucked into the in-game purchases a time or two in my life before. I bought a couple of Madden packs. I bought a few MLB The Show packs. Hey, it is what it is. You want to upgrade that team. You want to start pimping bombs instead of getting bombs pimped on you. Okay, sometimes you got to shell out $20 for that, and it's a price I'm willing to pay. So that's my thoughts on this.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Great thoughts, great thoughts. And I think a lot of us have done the micropayments before. I'm sure a lot of people in the crowd have. We are at over 170 people in the space. Crazy, crazy. Shout out to every single person who's
Smash that button down there in the bottom right, baby. He said over 170. Oh my gosh. There are all types of people in this space. Tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your mother, cousin twice removed, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell the neighbors. People live on the opposite side of the damn globe as you. The Second Breakfast is the best damn morning show in the whole fucking metaverse, and they need to know about it too. Let's fucking get. Woo!
Hell yeah, man. Shout out Captain Cole. Shout out Captain Cole. Like I said, it's 1 a.m. for me in Australia here, so I cannot scream right now. It is currently well, it's now Monday. It's now Monday for me. Monday, early Monday morning, 1 a.m. But Ferk, did you have some thoughts about the high score on Twitter Spaces, the all-time high that we have reached, and micropayments? Have you done them? Have you wasted $400 at least on Clash of Clans?
Dude, it's gonna be hard to follow up Cab because I haven't had my second coffee. I'm making it right now. Dude, 170 people. We broke our all-time audience count on episode 50. Like, oh my god, bro. That just makes me so grateful. It's honestly a super cool feeling. And it just goes to show we've got a lot of support. I appreciate everyone that comes out, especially for Sunday morning, man. I know you could be doing anything else on the planet right now, but you guys choose to come hang out with us. So we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. I'm glad that we were able to break our all-time high on episode 50, man. That's going to be something to remember forever. So just makes me stoked. But speaking on the microtransaction side, oh my God, bro. Like, I have two things I wanted to say, and I'll start with this first. I used to work in collections. And I used to work in collections for a cable company. And I'm sure all of you guys have heard of pay-per-view. And I cannot tell you how many goddamn times I took a call with somebody that was 3 to 6 months past due on a cable bill that is just now noticing that their children had racked up hundreds of dollars in pay per view purchases 3 to 4 months ago, sometimes even longer. And every single time it was, "Oh, I didn't know you could put parental controls. I didn't know what my kids were doing. I didn't know what was going on." And there's that part of it first. Like, not only did the kids order all of those things, but they don't even look at their bills to be responsible enough to see what the charges are. So it's like they just there's a lot of things combined, because I worked in collections specifically, so those situations were tough. And I would usually try to be kind of lenient. If I noticed, like, looking in the history and in the notes on the account, if it was the first time this happened, I'd usually work out a deal with them if they could pay the full balance, because we were always supposed to go after the full balance. So I'd give them a couple hundred off, and a lot of the times they'd pay it and it'd be done. But every now and then, you had that one parent that just freaked out. They're like, "No, I want to talk to a manager. This isn't fair. These charges aren't valid. It was my kid. It was my kid." And I hated those calls, man. And for that reason, I kind of have a bitter spot for like microtransactions or pay-per-view or that kind of stuff. But even then, there, I don't know if you guys have heard of a mobile game on iPhone. It might be on Google Play too, but it's called Heyday. It's like a farming game. And oh my God, I played that way too much. It started in high school. I would just play it in class. And then every now and then, like if I was at work when I was a little younger and work was slow, I'd pop up Heyday. But it was one of those things where, like Randolph was saying, it takes like 3 days for something to get done. And it's super slow to earn money and yada, yada, yada. So I'd always put real money into it. I'd pay to get like a little worker dude that would make food for me while I was gone or whatever the hell. And I probably spent close to $1,000 over a 6 to 12 month period on this goddamn mobile game. And honestly, it was fun. I had a good time, but looking back at it, I would never do that again. But it's just funny, man. It really is so immersive. You throw $10 at it every now and then, and you're like, okay, it's just $10. It's not that much money, and then it stacks up over time. The more and more time you spend playing it, so that's definitely the whole idea they've got behind it. But it is kind of funny to look back on sometimes.
Yeah, it is pretty damn funny, and like these games that we've all spent so much money on micropayments for. You end up spending like hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a game that might not even be worth like $20, like especially if you're going to buy it in like GameStop or wherever you buy your games. Which is very interesting. Like how much money can be made off of just a simple mobile game these days. Like if you look at what happened with Flappy Bird a while ago, like I'm pretty sure that was probably like 5 years ago now. That amassed, from what I understood, like about $2 billion before the creator took it down. And everybody was playing that, and that's just an old Flash game that had been repurposed a little bit, which was pretty cool. But Joe Ryan, I did notice you'd come up. How are you doing today, man? Thanks so much for coming up.
Oh, yeah. Good morning and congratulations on episode 50 and an all-time high. Man, look at you guys. Look at you guys. You were once a little tree and now you're a giant oak tree or something. I don't know what the analogy is. You know what? I played I had a surgery and I was laying in bed, when you're old as dirt like me. Sometimes you have to go to the hospital. But I was laying in bed and I was just on my phone and I found some game. And what was it called? Game of War. And I started playing this stupid ass Game of War. And it was kind of like, I don't know if anyone's played it, but it was, I guess it's been a number of years now. And that's the only game I've ever like played as an adult. I'm not a gamer. I didn't, I mean, if you count Atari, I mean, I was a gamer in television. But these modern games where you can pay to get packs and of this and that, and man, I got kind of hooked on it, and I'm sitting in bed, kind of recovering. I'm like, oh, what the hell? What's $100 here, $50 here, $200 here? Next thing my wife is like, what the hell are you doing? And I didn't realize how much money I had spent. And I thought the neat thing of the game was this kind of community aspect, because I mean, I don't have a lot of familiarity. I mentioned they were all kind of like this, but there was once you got into a group, and then there was a group chat, and then you became friends with all these people. And then you're sitting there and you're buying packs and you're like going on a raid to go, burn someone's castle or something. But yeah, I got sucked into that once, and I definitely heard about it on the back end. And now looking back, it's like, why would I even do that? Like with like this NFT space now, you can you kind of invest in things, way better use of your money, and way better return, long term returns. Where that Game of War, I mean, what did I get? I got to go burn a digital castle. I didn't, so
Hell
Did
yeah.
you ever? Anybody ever? Did you? Any of you guys familiar with that game?
I think I've heard the name, but I haven't actually played it. Has anybody else in the room played the game?
I have not.
I mean, I don't even know if it's around anymore, but I mean, they even had a Super Bowl commercial with the supermodel. I mean, it went huge, and then I have no idea. It's like, um, so yeah. Anyway, what a waste of money. But I'm not, I'm not super bullish on any game, metaverse play. I mean, I coming from a kind of a design background, I know the development time. It takes years to develop a great game, years, and for me, kind of metaverse plays, it just my the way I'm not a gamer, so I'm not kind of looking for projects that kind of go in that direction. I'm like, oh, that's not really for me. I mean, in this space, you have to invest in things that like either you're really vibing with the community or you really like the utility or their purpose. Like like the woke zombies are building a skateboard park, and there's a community that does ocean cleanup, and there's the whiz kids do after school programs, and so that's kind of what I kind of move towards. I buy into musicians projects as well, but I don't do gaming. Probably just because probably because I just dropped a bunch of money that got me fun for a day, but so that's probably why I stay clear of them all.
Yeah, definitely. Captain Colt, you had your hand up to possibly weigh in on some thoughts.
Nothing major. Nothing major with what Joe had to say. I just wanted to follow up with the room with the first official sip of the Papua New Guinea Sigri Estate, courtesy of Coffee Labs Roasters. One moment, folks. Don't want to burn the tongues off my hair. Oh shit! Hoo-hoo-hoo! Now that is a cup of joke. Hold on, that's a two sipper. Hold on. Oh, hey, might have burned the hair off my tongues, but that motherfucker, woohoo, that's a cup of Joe now. Lime, coriander, and dark chocolate notes all the way through. Ooh, gonna get me going today, kids. Wake up, order yourself some Coffee Labs Roasters at Coffee Labs. Shout out Naked Z. Woohoo!
Oh man! Shout out, Captain. You're definitely gonna make me need to level up second breakfast pitch because shout out second breakfast. Like we get the Coffee Labs giveaways. Like I can't believe that we get to do Coffee Labs giveaways every Friday, and also we actually get like we got sponsored. We got sponsored. So everybody follow at Coffee Labs. That would be greatly appreciated. And Naked Z is just such a positive person in the space. And if not for his coffee, just because he's such a nice dude, every single day he comes out, he preaches positivity. So any way we can support each other in these endeavors, I think is massively important. We did have Banks come up. Well, we also did launch it about 7 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago now. I've decided to do another giveaway. We now have a couple running right now, which we are going to go for at least another hour and a half, hour 45 of the spaces. We're already at the 2 hours and 15-minute point. We're probably going to get it around the 4 hour point today. We will see, but we got another giveaway going, and all of these will be will be posted at the end of the spaces. Like we got a couple, we got 4 giveaways going right now, but the newest one already at 50 retweets in like 8 minutes, so it's pretty damn insane. But everybody like and retweet the pinned post. For episode 50, I've decided to give away 2 devils to one person from Devil Valley. All you got to do is like, retweet, follow Devil Valley, follow Jeff Matthews or Jeffus. Excuse me. Also at Ferg Joe Biden and Grand Off G. Tag a few friends. You must be in these spaces. We will know. We will check. So shout out to everyone that has already liked and retweeted and shared out the room. We can't thank you all enough. It is heavily appreciated. But Banks, how are you doing today? Thanks so much for coming up. Did you have any thoughts? I don't know when you joined in the room. However, we were talking about micropayments in video games and also in mobile games and stuff like that. Have you had much experience using micropayments in games?
Hey, bro. So you invited, like, when I saw the invite to come up, I was like, bro, you invited me at the wrong time because my toddler is like harassing me this morning with like the worst migraine ever, like humanly possible. Um, but not gonna sit here and lie to you. My brain is like mush, and I have no thoughts on prior question. My toddler has kept me up for like 5 hours, and this little man has not slept for the first time in like ever.
Hell yeah, man. No stress, no stress at all. Like, just thought I'd throw you the mic. Always good to hear you. So,
I was gonna say though, on the topic of what Joe said, because I came in like, and I did come into the space like really like right towards the end of like Joe talking, but I did catch a glimpse of what Joe said, and he said that these games take a long time to make. I definitely 1000% agree with that. I have a problem with like certain like projects talking about that they're gonna add like an end game to the metaverse, and they're gonna come out in like 3 months, or like they're gonna come out in like 6 months, and then they promise you like GTA 5 quality, and then you finally see like the beta, and it looks like I don't know, like Pixelmon in like 2002. So yeah, like I'm really not bullish on a lot of video game. Oh, I can't even talk. Video games in like Web3 right now because they do take many years to make, and I think the only project, and everybody already knows what I want to say, the only project that's doing it correctly is the other side because they actually have, and it's not even the fact that they haven't been around. Well, they've been around for a year, but them working on that game hasn't been a full year. But the difference that sets them apart is that they have the financial backing and the team to make these advancements because most more often than not, a lot of projects, and this is another quarrel that I have with projects, is that they promise you a roadmap of like X amount of months, and they'll say like, oh, in like X amount of months, like this will be a thing because they don't have the funding to promise you anything that they want right off the bat. The other side now has the funding and the team to make an amazing product. So yeah, I'm not bullish on like video games, and I'm not gonna lie. Not to say that they're not going to be relevant, they just need a lot more time. And I just don't like the way people market their project because they want to seem like they're going to be the first ones to do it. But yeah, that's pretty, like, that's my 2 cents. I was just adding on to like the very last bit that I got from Joe.
yeah, definitely. And like, it's not like there's a lot of games that are going to come out, and there's only going to be a few winners, I think, like, or at least the big winners that are going to take the lion's share. And like you said, the other side is probably the one that has the biggest sort of chance right now, with the community and the network effect that they already do have, which is going to be very, very interesting to see. Like, I haven't played it. All I've done is watch the videos, but it looks fun, and I definitely felt the FOMO not having another deed and like basically not playing it for that voyage. Like, and just seeing everything. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty damn insane. To say the least. Ferg, did you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean that it's honestly interesting to think